right, so we have Emptycages here from TikTok, and we're gonna ask him some questions. So, these are from TikTok and Instagram. Mad respect. My hubby was a hunter and is now a vegan animal activist too. What served as your final inspiration to make the shift?
Nothing too interesting, honestly. I was just scrolling through Facebook one day and I saw a vegan post and I clicked on it. I was like, oh, I just want to see these stupid vegans get wrecked or whatever. And I was expecting like just, I don't know, dumb vegans getting wrecked apparently. And what I read was the complete opposite. It was just one vegan guy that was completely destroying the whole comment section, essentially just using like facts, logic, and reason. And pretty much at the end of the day, all the meat eaters had to say was bacon, and that wasn't good enough for me. So I looked more into it and I was like, yeah, I mean, we don't need to eat animals to be healthy. We really have no excuse to be systematically slaughtering them. It's better for the environment, better for zoonotic disease, and obviously for animal ethics. So yeah, that's what made me go vegan, essentially.
Okay. What was the first thing that started to break the wall? Like, besides that interaction that you saw on Facebook? Like, did you, like, end up looking up more information? Like, usually when I see something, I just think, like, oh, that's interesting, and then I look more into it.
Yeah, usually that is the case. For me, it was a little weird. So, I used to think, like, veganism was, like, really stupid. My sister had a friend who, she wasn't actually vegan, but she called herself vegan. She would like eat a plant-based diet at certain times of the year for her, like acne or whatever. And I just thought it was like really stupid and it pissed me off for like whatever reason. I have no idea why, but it just did. I guess I was a typical meat flake. And then I wrote a paper in college about why veganism's stupid. So maybe just hearing about it a couple times, maybe planted some seeds. And then, I just, like I said, was scrolling through Facebook the one day and came across that post, did some research into it, and just realized, like, wow, I really have no excuse to be funding the systematic slaughter of animals, so I just stopped.
Okay. Let's see here. So
I can tell she's reading Instagram comments because they're more positive. The TikTok comments are just brain dead. It's just such a low IQ app.
It says, how lucky are you to have a partner who shares the same passion? Are you still in Michigan? And then there's a two-parter. It's a twofer. Are you part of any of the animal rights groups?
Yeah, so a partner that like shares my values, like, it's okay, but I'm just kidding. Obviously, it's
I went vegan within a month of knowing you.
Yeah, she did. I caught her watching her Thing Out videos and stuff, and now she's hardcore like me, so that is really cool.
Not as a hardcore, but hardcore vegan, but
yeah,
not.
She'll do activism with me and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, then yeah, I'm in Michigan. I'm in northern Michigan. And the other part was what?
Are you part of any of the animal rights groups? We are. We're part of two groups.
I mean, not really. What groups are we part?
I
mean, we hang out with like this kid named Brees, who's really cool. Brees and Chase, we like them a lot. They live on the other side of the state. I think he has his own little group. He calls like Action for Animals or something like that. He does a lot of activism. He talks at colleges and stuff. So they're really cool. We're lucky to have met them. And then yeah, we did activism one time with another group in Chicago called like Animal Activism Mentorship or something like that. We protested a few stores.
Louis Vuitton, Starbucks.
That was an experience.
That was like insane.
And people don't play around,
extreme activism.
It was a lot for me and Kaylee. Even like holy crap,
yeah, but it was
dude.
Really neat to like.
It was
see.
Cool. It was. Yeah.
Like that was our first ever activism.
They don't play. They don't play, man. They don't care about getting arrested or nothing. No.
Well, they know their rights too.
Yeah.
Okay. So. A lot of these are kind of just like asking you what made you go vegan, which was essentially the right thing. Okay, so now this is where we get into TikTok. So it says...
The comments are about to drop by at least 30 IQ points.
So it says, too lazy to do dishes, ? Did you go vegan for animal rights or because you were a bad deer hunter asking for a friend?
Yeah, I am pretty lazy at doing dishes. They tend to
there
pile
was
up.
one or maybe a few videos where you had like a paper plate, but like come on,
Probably most of them.
We use it for other things. We cook and eat off of real plates most of the time.
And obviously I went vegan because of animal ethics. I'm a pretty damn good shot. I'd outshoot probably 99% of people watching this. So.
Do you cook the tofu or just eat it cold?
I cook it. I can't eat it cold unless it's silken tofu.
Yeah.
If it's silken tofu, then I'll cover it with Japanese barbecue sauce and peppers and things, and just eat it with a spoon, which is good.
Literally makes me want to vomit.
Some hot oil, chili flakes.
It says, one person said, I've been trying to transition now. I don't mind eating veggies and fruits, but I've checked out the vegan section at the store. OMG, everything is so expensive. I can't afford to get those things. I'm looking for real people suggestions. I'm on an extremely tight budget. So what do you suggest?
Yeah, so people say this, and it's because they think...
Honestly, that's like the most...
Like, biggest myth. Like, it's the most... It's just the most untrue thing. Like,
people say that all the time.
Yeah, they do. But when you look in the store, what are the cheapest foods? Well, the cheapest foods are all vegan staple foods, right? Rice, beans, lentils, legumes, pasta, oats, potatoes. It's far cheaper than meat and dairy. When people think they're like, oh, veganism's expensive. It's because some like vegan specialty products, like maybe mock meats or whatever else, is a little bit more expensive than meat. But when you balance it all out and equate for the entire situation, the vegan diet's far cheaper, and it's shown to be cheaper through studies. There's a study in Oxford, and it's shown to be 33% cheaper. And obviously, that's going to be the case when all the cheapest foods available to us are vegan. So
we're from rural, like, small town Michigan, like nowhere's land. Like there's cornfields all around. So we shop at like a local grocery store. And even if we go to like where I grew up or where you grew up, like we could still find vegan options. It just wouldn't be like the plant-based meats.
We're not eating, like vegan meats
fucking
and
steak all day
cheeses, vegan steaks and stuff like that. It's like you can eat beans and rice and whatever else and just be just
make sure
fine.
You're getting enough
cheaper.
Protein and vitamins and everything in your diet. So maybe just follow with a doctor if you're not super known with the diet. Do you ever worry about the plant estrogen in soy? Genuine question. My daughter is vegan.
Yeah, so a lot of people ask that just because they're being fucking dumbasses. But
okay, but in her...
no, that's what I'm saying. It's cool that you're being genuine. It's sad that the myth has got out there so often that people just believe it. But no, phytoestrogen doesn't affect us. Phytoestrogen is plant estrogen. We're not plants, so it doesn't affect us. This is unlike meat, which actually does have mammalian estrogen, which actually can affect us. And there's been large meta-analyses done on this that show soy has no effect on our hormones. So for those who don't know, meta-analysis is the highest form of evidence on the scientific hierarchy of evidence. So it's pretty solid evidence, quite literally the best evidence, and it shows no effect. So
good. Have you tried daring chicken? The only kind of chicken I miss is chicken wings and the texture and flavor of these whew.
Yeah. So we're talking about expensive vegan food. That
just recently got this at our grocery store.
Yeah, and they are pretty expensive. They are pretty expensive, but they are really good. If you have the money, I definitely recommend it. Like they are super good, especially if you cook them in like oil, like get them nice and crispy on the outside.
Yeah,
they're
the texture,
killer.
taste, everything literally tastes identical. So somebody asked, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, people who care about animals do. A lot of people just like...
I was just kidding. You don't have to answer that.
It's TikTok, man.
Just asking on your most recent video, not that it's related, what's your favorite vegan foods to put on the grill? Wanting some ideas.
I mean, I'm going to give you a pretty basic answers. I like asparagus, I like green beans.
Brussels sprouts, carrots.
Yeah, we do this thing where we get like a tin, like kind of pan type thing, put it all in there, cover it in like some oil and like garlic and onion powder or whatever else, and then just cook it on the grill, and it's super good that way. I want to get more into like cooking like lion's mane mushrooms on the grill and stuff, because you can make some really sick looking steaks.
Where you can make a lot from lion's mane mushroom, but we can't really find that. It's at like specialty stores like in our nearest town, and like that is a little bit more expensive. So
we don't have those anywhere near us. So
it's like an hour.
I do want to do that one of these days. I haven't yet, but
yeah. This guy said, "Hey bro, who should work in a vegan crop farm? Vegans only?"
I don't understand that question at all.
Vegan crop
I don't know what a
farm.
vegan crop farm is.
Okay, where do I start to be vegan? Person said, why not eggs? Nothing died. And then another person had said, is the egg plant-based?
Yeah, so I mean, there's plant-based eggs that you could have, like just egg, right? But the reason vegans are going to abstain from eggs is in the egg industry, male baby chicks are found useless to the egg industry, so they're just sent down a conveyor belt and grounded alive. So people think like, oh, nothing dies for the egg. Well, that's not true. The male baby chicks are ground alive, and then also the chickens who are the egg-laying hens are eventually slaughtered and sold as meat as well. So.
Okay, so on another note, this person had said, curious as to why you don't eat eggs. You can get eggs from happy hens from your local farmer. Healthier, I think. Or humanely kept chickens, apparently this page.
Yeah, so it's just going to be the same answer. Like, of course, the stores are going to slap whatever label on it to make you feel better about yourself when you purchase it, because they don't get to sell as much eggs if you don't feel good about purchasing. So they're going to use buzzwords like organic, local, free range. These chickens are all killed at the end of the day once their egg laying production goes down. Male baby chicks are still ground alive, so I just don't see it justified to support these rights violations.
What's your height and weight? Also, what kind of split are you on in the gym?
I'm 5'10", I'm 245 pounds. My split right now, I don't lift near as much as I should because I've just been too focused on building my house, working, and jiu-jitsu. So really I've only been lifting twice a week, and I just kind of do all body when I go to the gym. Been doing a lot of cardio too. Again, that's just for jiu-jitsu. But when I was powerlifting, I would just lift 3 days a week. I would do squat on Monday, bench on Wednesday, deadlift on Friday, and then obviously like all the accessories that go with that.
Can you please explain how one vegan person changes something?
Yeah, it's just basic principles of supply and demand. The less demand on a product, the less supply. So if you're not putting demand on a product, and then that's one less animal bred into existence and having their throat slit. So.
Bane. Jesus. Where are we gonna put cows when we gonna all stop eating meat and dairy?
Yeah, so it's a really well-formulated sentence. It's pretty typical of the TikTok crowd, but yeah, again, that relates to the last question. It's just basic supply and demand. If we weren't paying for animals to be bred into existence, they wouldn't be bred into existence in the first place. So if we stopped paying for it, they simply wouldn't be here, so we wouldn't have to put them anywhere. Besides maybe the last few remaining whatever that can just live their lives out on sanctuaries and stuff like that.
Is all life the same?
No, of course not, right? We're going to have plants that are alive. That doesn't mean they're sentient. I value sentience, which is just to say something has a subjective experience. So yeah, life, I value sentient life, and even then, I'm going to see a spectrum on sentience, so I'm going to value a mouse, less than I value a human, because I take humans to be more capable of experiencing well-being, suffering, pain, thoughts, preferences, desires. They're going to be better at making positive change, so no, I don't think all life's the same.
I don't think that you had answered this one. This person said, thank you for this. Would you eat eggs from your own chickens?
If I had like rescued chickens, like say I rescued chickens and they laid eggs and they would go to waste anyway, yeah, I have no ethical issue with that. That's fine. I don't see that as a rights violation.
All right. Well, that was it. Love you. Okay.